and V are adjacent, there is a possibility of having a path from V1 to U, probably a shortest path of length n, V1 to V, say a path Q of length n, such that M and N are going to be an even numbers. This is what they say. We have both M and N are even since U comma V vertices belong to the vertex set V1. So let me say, let U1 be a common point to P and Q. So we have, so let me make a graph in a better way. So I have a point U, I have a point V, which are adjacent. There exists a path V1 to U, there exists a path V1 to V, such that this is a path P and this is a path Q, whose length is M and N. If I come across a common point U1 in it, in such a travel, if I come across by chance a common point U1 to it, so what is happening to it? I will be in a position when I travel V1 to U through the point U1, V1 to V through the point the same U1. And if I have to find the measure of it, what could be the measure of V1 to U1? Say this V1 to U1, we consider in such a way that we say that there will exist a point common to P and Q, such that V1 U1 path along P and V1 U1 path along Q, and this considered to be the shortest path, and let us say it has some length I. So now we are going to fix the length of this path is going to be I. So when this path is going to happen, this is going to result in a cycle. When this common point is going to happen, one is in a position to find a path U1 to U, U to V, U1 to V. So when there exists a common path, common point, whose measure between V1 and U1 is going to be the value I, then the moment this common point occurs, then this will form a cycle. How does it form a cycle? U1 to U, it's a common point in my different path P and a different path Q. So it will form definitely a cycle. So U1 to U, U to V, and V to U1. This will definitely form a cycle. So now going back to my assumption, yes, I may be given a graph which got a cycle. Now let me see if it is a cycle, it should result in a even length. So let me see what is the length of this cycle. So to find the length of the cycle, let me find the length of U1U. The length of U1 is total length V1U minus V1U1. So I know the total length we know the total length V1U. We know the total length V1U. The total length V1U is nothing but M. So from here, what could be the length of U1U? The U1U length is nothing but M minus I. How do you say M minus I? The total length is M minus this length is I. M minus I will be the length of U1U. Likewise, I can find the length of U1V, the total length. So what do you see now? The total length V1 to V is nothing but N. So V1 to U1 is nothing but my minus N minus I. So this is what you see. The total length V1 to V is N. V1 to U1 is I. If I subtract it, you will get U1 to V is nothing but I. So here we come to know the next distance U1 to V. So this is nothing but U1 to V. U1 to V is nothing but N minus I. And what is the distance between U and V? U and V is the nearest point whose length is 1. So as I told you, U1 to U, U to V, V to U, V to U1 is going to form a cycle in it. So add this length, U1 to U length, plus U to V length plus V to U1 length. So I need to say this is the figure I get it. If I am not, if we are going to be clear with our figure, U1 was a common point, U and V were the adjacent point. We found this length to be nothing but m minus I. We found this length is nothing but n minus I, and this is going to be the length 1. So when I'm going to find, which is a cycle, let me find the length of this cycle. So m minus I plus 1 plus n minus I. It's nothing but m plus n minus 2I plus 1. Or I can say m plus n plus 1 minus 2I. So m is even, n is even. So n plus n also must be even. Minus 2I, it is also even number. Now, to an even number, when I am going to have adding one value, it turn out to be an odd number. So, this calculation will give you an odd value. So, as per my assumption, this is going to be my cycle, but it yields an odd value, which is contradict my assumption. The graph can have a cycle, but the measure should be only strictly even quantity. So this graph is a cycle, but it contradicts the fact giving the odd quantity. So our assumption fails now. So which is a contradiction to our assumption, what is the fact behind. Whenever a graph contains a cycle, it is supposed to be an even. So this is what my given statement. But because of my assumption, because of my contradictory assumption that G is not a bipartite graph, I fail in my given statement. So I fail in the result, cycle resulting out odd length. It contradicts our given statement. Cycle means it should contain only even length, but here I get cycle containing a odd length. So I come to a conclusion how my given statement is contradictory, because I assume the graph to be not a bipartite graph. So if it is not a bipartite graph, because my assumption made it is not a bipartite graph, I said there will be no line joining from V1 to V2. Because I kept there is no line joining between V1 and V2, we made it as there will be an adjacency between U and V. So hence this assumption is wrong. Therefore, whenever we come across a cycle of an even length, it should always have nothing but, we will come to know, it is going to have only